doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kiddo Podcast.
Yes, my name is Mama Shu.
Yes, Mama Shu.
My name is Mama Shu.
Yes. And do you want to introduce yourself as well?
My name Roy. Soup call me Big Roy.
Mama Shu, talk about yourself a little bit. Did you grow up in Detroit?
So actually, I was born in Highland Park,
cool.
Park, Michigan.
HP.
HP, and I went to schools in Detroit though, Kettering High School, and so moved back to Highland Park and started building.
Okay, what do you mean by building?
Building up the neighborhood. We have a project that we're working on right now. It's called Avalon Village, and it is between Woodward and 2nd Avenue. But basically, we just transforming blight to beauty over there and purchased a whole block. And so we're just building wonderful things for the people with the green infrastructure, solar, shipping containers, geothermal heating and cooling, all of that. Just basically healing the neighborhood.
That's really cool. The kind of taking ownership of the city, right? Instead of like letting gentrification happen, right? It's like taking control on your own, right?
Taking control, and knowing that the city of Highland Park is, don't have like a lot of resources and all of that, but really just being a good citizen, just to participate and just to help uplift Highland Park more and more. We're getting some house. Actually, we're getting a house tore down tomorrow. That's our last blighted house. It's called the Blight to Beauty Watch Party. So we'll be tearing down the last blighted house on the block, and then replacing it with something beautiful. We're going to build a school and add some more farming space.
Wow.
And so we own the whole block. It's 45 properties. We own about 98% of this block, and so I've been building on it since 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, since 2016, and actually since 2009, but really concentrating on it and building it and just really starting to raise funds and actually start purchasing the land. It was around 2016.
So, okay, and how has the process been? Has it been smooth sailing, or is there a lot of bumps in the road?
So for the most part, I know what my assignment is, and I know how to work through things. And it has been a tough project. For many reasons. However, it's very beautiful. Sometimes, the funding, that's one of the things. Another thing is sometimes everybody is not in alignment with what it is that you want to do. Even though if it's something kind of good and something kind of cool, you get, a little static, and that's okay. And then all throughout this process, three of my sons got killed. So I had to maneuver through all of that and just stay focused and just really get some stuff done.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did they lose their lives in Highland Park during this process?
Yes, in Highland Park during this process. One got lost in Detroit, and the 2-year-old Jacoby, which I named a beautiful park after him in Avalon Village, is called Jacoby Raw Park. We do a lot of free concerts and all kinds of. I marry people out there in that park. He was 2 years old when he got hit by a car, 2007, and then my other boy, he just got killed 2 years ago. He was murdered. His name was Chinyelu, which means invincible. I have a beautiful garden in the village named after him. It's called Invincible Gardens. And then my other, he was my bonus son. He got murdered in 2015, and we have a beautiful basketball court in their honor. It's called My Three Sons Basketball Court that I got with the grant, Generator Z grant, to build for the children there. And so it's really nice, too. They love it. Hopefully we're going to get some fencing and some bleachers in there next.
Well, first of all, that's really sad to hear. Obviously, it's not, I'm sure anybody seeing this is going to be like shocked to hear that, and that you're persevering through this and you're building, monuments in their honor, and putting their name out there and keeping their name alive. Now, as far as the organization's concerned, how many people are supporting this and how many people are a part of the organization?
So we have a team that I've built with. Actually, I did 27 years in the school system, and some of those kids who graduated, they're like in their 40s now. They're back to work in the village. Because I told them, I said, we got all this space, this land. Y'all better come on. We taught y'all how to build institutions, build schools, help to build up the neighborhoods, and then exercise whatever it is your gift is. And so they've come to the village and they're working. So I'm going to say we got a nice, strong team, about 7 or 8. And as it relates to funding and stuff, I haven't gotten any governmental funding or anything. It's mostly private, and it's donations from beautiful people all over the world that just like they see our what we're doing, and we got a nice Instagram following as well. And yeah, I don't know how I do it every day. It's just like it's always just feels like a gamble every day, but I just feel this assurance that it'll just keep going and going. So it's just been nibbling off of it a little bit at a time.
It's very cool to hear that. There's an organization that works in Detroit a lot, New Era Detroit.
Yeah.
And they talked about kind of a similar concept of helping rebuild from inside. And has the process as far as seeing the actual community itself been praising you and understanding what's happening?
I would say most people are. You got some folks, whatever that. I don't know. It don't matter how much good you do or positive, they'll find something. However, I would say the greater amount of them are very supportive, and more and more they're getting more and more supportive. We were on the Ellen show years ago. She actually donated us a house in 2016. So that's like our village hall. It's a space just like every city has a city hall. So we made that into our village hall, and so those kind of things make people look at our work closely. I just became a CNN hero this year, and so that right there made folks like, oh, look at this work and stuff. So we were able to, we got more folks to follow us and really be interested in what we're doing there in the neighborhood. So we just want to do something to help to build up our space. We feel that we believe actually that we deserve to have a beautiful space to live in. So the blight, no lights, all of that hopelessness around us, we want to help to build that and just to be comfortable and to be safe.
When you talk about the support from these major platforms like Ellen DeGeneres and whatnot, how do they hear about your story?
So,
2 notes, ma'am. Keep it a little closer to you.
okay. Oh.
Play with the cord, 'cause I can hear that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Anything that you do with that cord and all that, I can hear.
I'm just fiddling. Sorry.
I get it, though. I get it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Talk
Okay.
about the how Ellen discovered your story.
So I think that I'm going to say that she just heard local news stories about it. And then all of a sudden I got a call from Burbank, California, and it was a producer there. And we got to talking, and I connected her with Robin Swartz, who is my PR goddess, I call her. She's been with me ever since the mission started and we started building the village. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to say. So the very, very first I guess, news that came out, Charlie LaDuff did a story on the village and us building the village in the beginning stages and everything. And so after that, it looked like it just lit a fire. And ever since then, it's been, just, NBC, CBS, just all kinds of outlets. Like I said, just CNN, the nightly news, just all of that have been just really just supportive and really wondering what we're doing over there. So, but yeah, and she supported us with that, with the building, as well as some electronics and everything in which we use in our homework house right now. Mm-hmm.
Talk about your journey throughout growing up in Michigan itself. What was it like? Did you get involved in the entertainment industry at all?
So my mom used to like to play records. That's where, all started. But I would say that as it relates to the music industry, I believe that I'm a supporter of it. I enjoy it, but I'm more of a supporter. We have a Sunboy Records music camp, and we've been doing it for the past 8 years. So basically, we're just interested in helping to evolve and expose children stars in the hood. A lot of times they're not recognized, but we want to groom them the right way, because we know the music business can be something else, and I'm probably just saying it lightly, but it could be something else. But we want our children to be healthy as they build and learn the necessary skills and how to survive out there, how to eat right, and also to educate them on being entrepreneurs and meditation. Because when you're out there on the road, you want to be a rapper and you want to do all of that. You have to make sure that you take care of your well-being too, and just taking care of with the group of folks that we have, different artists from all over the world, local artists come help. So I would say that I am a supporter.
Yeah, it's very interesting how much meditation has been pushed away in yoga and stuff. And I think it's because when you see people from, maybe a different culture doing it, it might be a turnoff or a put off for a lot of people. Like the Indian culture is very prevalent in doing yoga and meditation, and people see yogas and Indians and gurus. Like, I don't want to do that stuff. But, look at Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, one of the most famous sayings he has about meditation is, before he started doing meditation, the day had control over him. After he started doing meditation, he had control over the day. So when you hear somebody like Kobe Bryant talking about yoga and meditation, it's like, okay, now we have somebody to kind of reference to. Even for me, I'm a huge basketball fan. I'm a huge fan of athletes and stuff. Hearing somebody like him speak about it, it's like, you got to pay attention now. He's telling you that one of the greatest in the world, what he does is telling you that. So how much do you guys implement yoga and meditation in your system?
We do that every day. We have classes right now every day for the children after school. We have and they excuse me. They actually begin meditation with every single thing that they do. We have yoga classes. We teach the children how to slow down, how to focus, and all of that. Even music camp religiously for 4 weeks. They start off with that every morning at 9 o'clock. And then we give them a healthy snack. And then we close out with some wonderful affirmations at the end of the camp.
Do you think that school systems are a root cause of what could be possibly causing detriment into like the financial status of some cities or the growth of some this generations coming up, that they're not being influenced properly, and because of lack of funding it's harder to get the teachers and to get the resources to actually educate them in a way that could fulfill them in the future?
So what I think about that, all of that, what you said, I used to be the president of the Board of Education for Highland Park. And I did that for 4 years. I just finished my term in December. One of the reasons why the camp even exists is because a lot of those things are kind of cut out or shortened in and are lacking in a lot of our schools. For instance, Highland Park, we only have one public school up under the district of Highland Park. The rest was torn down, closed up. Our high school just got closed down a few years ago, and so the kids in our neighborhood, they're not exposed to all of that. However, maybe schools way down on Woodward Avenue, past 10, 11 Mile, in those schools that are in the suburban areas and just different areas surrounding Highland Park, those kids get more funding in their, more allotment even from the state. You can even look at that and just see that the amounts that are basically given for the kids in Detroit or Highland Park and those, we only have one school. So just to let you know where we are, we have one, they're both chartered and both are K-8, and that's it. One of the main reasons why I started building the homework house, which is in was the very first entity, is because when you move in a town, you want to move somewhere where there's children. It just doesn't seem natural. Families are looking for a place to educate their children and all of that. So I said, you know what? We're building a village. We need to put the homework house in. And the schools was up under emergency management at that time when I first started. So now they're not up under emergency management anymore, but we do just have only one school up under the district still.
Wow. So you guys are paying attention to the future generations, not just the generation that's happening right now, because this is all going to fall over into the next 10 years and the next 20 and 30 and 40 years, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's good that people are thinking about the future, because if you just leave it the way it's going now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Trust me, I know. I'm one of the, even 10 years ago, what the last generation, how they left it is why this generation is the way this generation is. So you're trying to bring more prosperous momentum to it, which is pretty awesome. What do you, as far as you're concerned as an individual, as a human individual, what do you hope to get from everything that you're putting in right now? Where do you hope it leads to?
I hope and I know that it'll lead to growth and more development. The idea to transform blight to beauty in Highland Park, specifically on Avalon Street, it was just, I'm a citizen. I deserve to live beautifully, comfortably, securely. I deserve eclectic shops to go to and beautiful parks to go in, dog parks, and all these beautiful things that the other cities. And I want the people that live in our neighborhood and other neighborhoods that look just like ours to know that they deserve that too. Sometimes if your city is lacking funds for whatever the reason is, whether if it's somebody that messed up the money or we just don't get that much money there, better or whatever, or is not equal, whatever the reason is, we still hopefully can focus on moving it forward in whatever way that we can. You can still do something. I think that it's a lot of power in people coming together. So I just want to show people that they can actually do that. They can actually transform their space, time out of hopelessness into something beautiful.
Wow. Incredibly said. This is probably one of the most important conversations that's ever been had on this couch. I appreciate you for being a part of this.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to let the audience know before we sign off?
So let me say, so I'm glad to be able to come here to actually share this information. I'm glad we're a heavy supporter of Super MC. He's our hood hero. And so I'm so glad he's actually the first to be on our record label, Sunboy Records, which is named after Jacoby. And the president. So I'm just really excited about that. And this is a really cool opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I feel like I could talk to you for hours, but we got to get Super on the show.
Okay.
Get him to chat it up with us. But thank you again for being a part of this.
You're welcome.
We're at Parallel Sound Studio. High Low Visuals is shooting these productions. For now, we're out. Peace.
All right.